Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Amanda. I am a hand embroidery artist and I run this YouTube channel, an embroidery blog, and an Etsy shop, among other things. And this channel is mainly focused around just kind of sharing my knowledge as a self-taught artist to hopefully help you out and inspire you to do something creative. So I announced, I think it was last week, that I was going to be starting a monthly cycle of YouTube content. I had to kind of take a step back from it this year because I started a new job and I just had a lot going on, but I'm ready to, moving forward, start posting more regularly because this is something that I truly enjoy doing. So I'm going to make an honest effort to create monthly content, and if time allows, maybe I'll start posting even more frequently if that's something that I'm able to do. But this announcement is kind of, I guess, premature in my upload cycle, as I just posted like a week ago. But I wanted to make this announcement because I made a Patreon and I wanted to share it with you. So this video will just be kind of going down through the tiers that I have and kind of what to expect out of my Patreon, just in case it's something that you'd like to do. So what exactly is Patreon? If you're not familiar with it, it is basically a membership platform to where creators can basically make exclusive content and share it with their subscribers, or patrons is what they're called. So this just kind of adds an extra aspect of support for content creators, artists, and just pretty much anyone that does any sort of creative skill or has a business, to where you can get a little bit of extra support. And it also kind of makes it to where you have like a little small community of people that you can interact with and share something valuable or useful with them. So I wanted to make a Patreon probably for the past like 2 years, but I just wasn't quite sure what exactly I wanted to offer, and I wanted to do it right, and I wanted it to be valuable for you all. So I really tried to take the time to ask around, see what you all's pain points were. I took note of questions I was getting a lot and of requests that I was getting a lot, and I am really proud of what I've built, and I really hope that you enjoy it and consider joining if that's something that seems like it would be up your alley. So basically I just wanted to kind of go through the tiers and what each one has to offer, and yeah, let's get into it. So I may look down a little bit because I have my phone here to make sure that I don't miss any sort of details of each tier, but I have 3 tiers, and the first one is called Seed Stitch, and this one is kind of more of a general support tier and kind of a little tip jar. Basically, I will be sharing some exclusive content and some sneak peeks behind my creative process, as well as providing a 15% off coupon for patrons that they can use in my shop every month. I'll be basically sending out a code every month that you can use unlimited for any sort of patterns that you want to purchase. So that's basically the first tier. And then the second tier is Pattern Partner. This one is basically where you'll get all of that first tier's benefits. And then you will also get a monthly embroidery pattern that I will be sending out every month. And this will be a pattern that is most likely a thread painting pattern, because that is kind of the style that I generally tend to embroider in and that most of you all, I think, are mostly interested in. So they will be thread painting patterns, and they will be geared towards any level of embroiderer. So thread painting, I feel like, can look a little bit more intimidating, and it is truly more time consuming and, detailed, but I write my patterns in a way that I really try to keep everyone in mind, and I have, some of them are like 15 to 20 pages long. Like, they're very long and detailed, and I take step-by-step photos for each step. And I've gotten a lot of reviews on my Etsy of people that didn't have any experience in embroidery, and they were able to stitch the thread painting patterns. So I do pride myself in trying to keep them approachable for any level of embroiderer that wants to do them. So keep that in mind if that's something that you were hesitant about because you don't really have experience in it and you're not sure give it a try, because I truly do feel like, you know, they are approachable for beginners. And then the last benefit you'll get on that tier as well is that you'll get the ability to vote on monthly patterns. I'd like to hear what you guys want. So I'll be posting a poll every month with a few different options of things that I was kind of thinking about doing, and then I would love your feedback on that, and I will definitely take that into consideration for future patterns. The final tier that I have is called Serious Stitcher, and this tier is my most extensive tier, and it's basically for anybody who's serious about improving their embroidery skills and maybe making their own thread painting designs or patterns. I've gotten a lot of questions on my channel, and I haven't really touched on a lot of this much yet around like pet portraits and that side of my business. And I really want to share with you more about like what I've learned doing that. And so this tier will focus on a skill or a technique every month, and I would like to try and incorporate a little bit of, you know, tips and skills focused around pet portraiture, because I think it'd be fun to kind of share that. So I will be sprinkling that in, which I've never done before. So I'm really excited to share that. So get excited about that if that's something you have been interested in learning more about. For November, I've already published all of the content for Patreon for this month. And the first video that I have published for this tier is around blending colors together, which is more of a basic fundamental thing, but I find that I think we should start with something a little bit more foundational, and I can kind of share with you a few products and some tips I've learned along the way, because I personally like to learn from other embroiderers, like kind of look at their process and see if I can incorporate something that maybe I didn't even think of before. So I wanted to share something that was a little bit more foundational and basic for the first month, just to kind of like set the bar for just some ways that you can kind of quickly improve the way your embroidery looks. So every month we'll be doing some sort of tutorial, again, most likely around mostly thread painting stuff. And you'll also get all of the other benefits from the other tiers. And then you'll also get access to quarterly Q&As, which you'll be able to submit your questions. And I'm going to be publishing the first Q&A in January. So I wanted to do quarterly for now, just because, you know, I'm going to be building up this Patreon account, and I think that I'll be able to hopefully collect enough questions by January to, you know, have a whole Q&A video that I'll put out. So for now, they will be quarterly. And so I'll be publishing that first one in January for Patreon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have all of these and all of this information on my Patreon page. So if you want to take a look and see what exactly I have to offer there, you can kind of read more into that. I also posted an FAQ on my Patreon as well, just kind of around the payment and all of that stuff, because I know that that can be a little bit confusing sometimes. So try to be as transparent and clear as possible about all of that. It is a platform where you can join for a month and leave if, you know, something financial comes up, or if you find that it's not right for you. So don't feel locked in. If you want to just try for a month, I would be very grateful and not offended if you try for a month and leave, like whatever you want to do. I just generally appreciate any and all support that you all give me. It means the world to me, and I really feel grateful to have a community on YouTube, and hopefully to soon have a community on Patreon as well. So if you're interested in joining Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video to check out. And yeah, I'm really excited about this, and I have a really good feeling about it. And I would just really love your support if you think that's something that you'd want to try. So I will see you in the next video. And until then, have fun stitching. Bye.